TikTok has slowly risen to global prominence as one of the most popular social media platforms, with 1.6 billion active monthly users, yet its journey has been fraught with controversy and government scrutiny. Its history of legal and political challenges, mainly regarding bans and safety concerns, reflects broader issues of privacy, national security, and international relations. In this video, I'm going to explore TikTok's history chronologically, starting all the way back in 2012. If you're watching this, you're probably already familiar with the app and its more recent history with the US government. I'm just here to fill you in with the gaps and let you know how its feud with the government started, progressed, and just overall what got us here.
To share its decision on whether to delay a ban on the social media platform TikTok today. The court heard oral arguments last week in TikTok's fight to save the platform from a new federal law requiring it to divest from its Chinese-based parent company by Sunday.
ByteDance was founded in March of 2012. Their first product to actually gain some popularity was this news aggregator app. 4 years later, in the fall of 2016, ByteDance then launched a video sharing app, which boomed in popularity, leading to inspiration for a general, global spin-off, TikTok. A year after TikTok's founding, ByteDance spent $1 billion on some small, niche app called Musical.ly, eventually going on to merge this app with TikTok. Already coming equipped with an engaging algorithm and an established platform, users quickly began sharing a wide variety of videos on the app. TikTok hit its first hurdle in 2019 when the FTC accused the platform of violating child privacy laws. Specifically, TikTok was charged with collecting personal data from users under the age of 13 without obtaining verifiable parental consent. These violations resulted in a $5.7 million fine, which TikTok settled without ever admitting or denying the allegations. This conflict marked the beginning of regular scrutiny over TikTok's data practices, primarily by the US government. Later that year, US lawmakers began raising alarms about TikTok's potential national security risk. The acquisition of the platform's predecessor, Musical.ly, by the Chinese company ByteDance in 2017 became a focal point for concerns about foreign influence. By December 2019, the Pentagon advised all US military personnel to delete TikTok from all their devices, both personal and work phones. The scrutiny intensified in 2020 when the government eventually decided on a full ban of the app on government-issued devices by January. Then at the time President Donald Trump announced his intent to ban TikTok in response to their mishandling of the COVID-19 pandemic. In August, Trump issued an executive order prohibiting American companies from conducting business with ByteDance. A second order then demanded ByteDance separate itself from US operations within 90 days. This meant that TikTok would have to sell the company to a US-based company or cease operation in the United States entirely. If this sounds familiar, I'll touch on that in a second. As expected, these decisions sparked widespread debate. TikTok filed lawsuits to block the order, while the Trump administration repeatedly extended its deadlines for enforcement. Meanwhile, TikTok users and creators rallied in protests, emphasizing the platform's importance for creative expression and small businesses. The situation then shifted with the election of President Joe Biden in November of 2020. Biden's administration paused legal actions surrounding TikTok and set aside Trump's proposed ban. While this decision provided temporary relief for TikTok, it left unresolved questions about data security and foreign influence. This period of relative calm allowed TikTok to continue operating in the US, but it remained under the watchful eye of politicians. In 2022, TikTok's challenges resurfaced following a report by BuzzFeed News, which revealed that ByteDance employees in China had accessed private data from TikTok users in the United States, based on leaked recordings from more than 80 internal TikTok meetings. This revelation reignited national security concerns and cast doubt on TikTok's data management practices. In response, TikTok announced the migration of its US user data to Oracle managed servers and implemented stricter data access protocols. Additionally, ByteDance fired employees who had improperly accessed journalist information. While these measures were intended to restore trust, critics questioned whether they were sufficient to address deeper systemic risks. It should be stated, however, and this is arguably the most important point, there is absolutely zero evidence that the Chinese government has attempted to access TikTok user data in any fashion. This is not ignoring that ByteDance employees have allegedly accessed user data themselves on more than one occasion, one of those times being when employees were attempting to track the source of a company leak. Those employees were later fired by ByteDance. As for 2023, well, this.
Can you say with 100% certainty that TikTok does not use the phone's camera to determine whether the content that elicits a pupil dilation should be amplified by the algorithm? Can you tell me that?
We do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users. We do not.
You don't?
No. The only face data that you will get, that we collect, is when you use the filters to have, say, sunglasses on your face. We need to know where your eyes are.
Why do you need to know what the eyes are if you're not seeing if they're dilated?
And that data is stored on your local device and deleted after use if you use it for facial. Again, we do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users.
I find that hard to believe. It's our understanding that they're looking at the eyes. How do you determine what age they are then?
We rely on age gating as our key age assurance.
Age
gating, which is when you ask the user what age they are. We have also developed some tools where we look at their public profile to go through the videos that they post to see whether...
Well, that's creepy. Tell me more about that.
It's public. So if you post a video, you choose that video to go public, that's how you get people to see your video. We look at those to see if it matches up the age that you talked about.
A year later, in March of 2024, a bill to ban TikTok or force its sale to a US company gathered steam in Congress. TikTok then brought dozens of its creators to Washington in an attempt to coerce Congress to not pass the bill, while at the same time making an attempt to emphasize changes the company had made to protect user data. TikTok also annoyed legislators by sending notifications to users urging them to speak up now or risk seeing TikTok banned, which caused people to then flood congressional offices with calls. To no avail, however, the House of Representatives, Senate, and later President Biden passed a TikTok ban or sell bill. That essentially leaves us off where we are today, where everyone is preparing for the abolishment of an app that has been a cultural pinnacle for the past 6 years. The ban isn't all too dissimilar for those who remember when Vine was taken off of app stores. There's a chance that, similar to Vine, creators will simply migrate to other platforms, YouTube, Instagram, maybe even Twitch. I personally will definitely miss the app in a way. I don't use it as much myself, but there will always be that sense of nostalgia thinking back on it, in the same way I view Vine today. Throughout its tumultuous history, TikTok has faced scrutiny not only as a social media platform, but also as a symbol of geopolitical tensions between the United States and China. Its struggles underscore the complexities of regulating global technology companies in an era of digital interdependence. As TikTok continues to adapt to these challenges, its story serves as a case study into the intersection of technology, privacy, and international politics. Alright, and that's the end of the video. I'd be happy to hear your thoughts on the ban, or any actions that took place throughout this whole ordeal in the comments below. I'll make sure to read them all. Leave a like, subscribe, or at least just check out one of my other videos if you feel like it. If not, that's fine too. And that's all. I hope you have a good day.